Hey guys, Danny Johnson here, and today I'm just going to give you a little walk around of the Cobra from the time that I did it last. Just going to talk about some of the things that I've changed, some of the things I've done on it, and some of the future plans. So basically, for the most part, the car is pretty much the same as the last walk around video a few years back. But just kind of starting from the front and coming to the back, I guess we'll start with the intercooler pump. The intercooler pump went out to about 40,000 miles, which is kind of normal for those. So I have a new intercooler pump on there. Did an install video on that. Up front, I did that hood latch video. I don't know if you saw that, but there's a modification to make it so that the hood closes real easy. So I did that real quick. That wasn't too bad. Since the last video also, I have upgraded my alternator to the MechMan 240 amp and did the big 3 wiring upgrade. And of course there's a video on that as well. I changed one of these idlers up front. I noticed the bearing was bad, so I just bought a whole new pulley. Then later I took the old one apart and figured out how easy it was just to change the bearing. So I have an extra idler now, but that was something else that I had done. Let's see what else. Pretty much under the hood, that's mostly it. I added a JLT catch can, and I decided I didn't want to drill into the factory cowl there, so it's just zip tied down in there, but that's the way I want to do it. Then I added the pre-filter on the other side. Let's see, other than that, everything kind of up front is about the same. Going into the cars where we'll find most of the differences, most of the changes that I've done. So since the last video, I installed the Aeroforce interceptor gauge, which I've really enjoyed because it's real easy. You just plug it into the OBD2 port, and you can scan through a lot of different parameters. I've been monitoring the voltage now that I have the new alternator, and everything looks good there. I like to watch the charge temperature, which is the IAT2 temp, and also the ignition timing. And I think I had this gauge installed, I believe. It was the fuel pressure one. Maybe I didn't have it yet, maybe it's just the wideband. And so then I moved the wideband down here, and so it's the same Aeroforce, or sorry, it's the same AEM failsafe one that I had, but I did the overlay that says SVT on it, so that was a little bit different. And also with this one, I had to buy separately the overlay from Lethal Performance. I bought the gauge itself, I think, from American Muscle because I like the blue color on the gauge. That was kind of the main difference. I was shopping around seeing what color I wanted each of these gauges to light up. And I guess I can show you here too what it looks like while we're talking about it. But anyway, I just wanted that blue color. Then let's see, last time I think we were close to 39,000 miles a few years back when I took the video. Now we're at 42,000, and I did the Hilton Boost overlay gauge. Have a video on that too. Pretty much tried to make a video out of everything that I did. Can't really see it, but I changed the short throw from being the orange or the red handle to the orange handle. Just has a little bit better of a reach that way. And reinstalled the rear seats. I had a rear seat delete kit there. Moving towards the back, some of the biggest differences would be the tires. I went to the Mickey Thompson ET Streets drag radials. It had the Nitto 555Rs on it, and so these do really well. I keep them at about 25 psi, and they hook pretty good. I also went in and shaved off all the rust color on the brake pads, so that's a lot cleaner of a look. And see, I think I had the Cobra lettering in here. Well, not last video too, but I had added that. That those the sticker, the vinyl wasn't there yet. Same cat back and different tail lights, as you probably know. Put the 99 Cobra slash 00 Cobra R slash 01 Cobra slash export, whatever you want to call them, tail lights on there. And just got into the trunk and I looked at the booster pump and just kind of took it all apart and rewired it just for peace of mind, so I knew that everything on it was, you know, set up right. But anyway, that's kind of where the car is right now. And future plans, kind of put off modding it a lot more just because at the time we were basically moving into our new house here, so that kind of halted the progress. But future plans, I don't know, I guess what I'd like to do is probably take off the 2.3 Whipple and maybe try out the new 2.9 3rd gen, or maybe even a TBS 2.3, or see if they come out with a bigger one here pretty soon. But the thing is, for the next level for this car, if I'm gonna be going to something bigger, then that's kind of where I want to do it all at once. I only want to pay for a dyno tune on it once. So if I do swap the blower, I'll probably install my headers, which are still sitting there in the box. It's been several years that I have them, some SLP long tubes, 1 3/4, so I'll probably end up doing the headers. And I was debating a K-member, but from some friends, I guess they don't like the way the car drives with them now. I guess it clunks around and rattles a lot is what they're saying, so I'm not sure if I'd do a K-member or not. But anyway, I'm probably at that point where I would upgrade the blower, do the headers, and if I'm going to go to that level, might do a return fuel system. I'd like to do a bunch of videos and all that stuff anyway, so I guess we'll just have to see what the future holds in store, and if I have any other projects in the meantime that would keep me from doing all those. So anyway, that's update for this year, and the car's pretty much the same as it was, you know, last time I did the walk around. So anyway, stay tuned and we'll see if we make any more changes or just keep it how it is. Thanks for watching, guys.